The bell has rung. The main event is underway. Falls count anywhere, and these men have a lot of issues to sort out in this match. And they all pertain to Scott Mayson.
Right about that is Jacob Ashworth went after Scott Mayson trying to make a run for it.
Now, the members of ApoXalypse are banned from ringside. However, if Scott Mayson does find a way to win, which the chances aren't looking too good, this will be the last time that Caleb Crocker and Jacob Ashworth can challenge for the APW Heavyweight Championship.
That's right, boy.
As long as Scott Mayson is champion, and Scott Mayson just got hit with a monkey flip.
And a senton there by Caleb Crocker, and again.
Crocker and Ashworth just taking turns, giving Scott Mayson everything he's been asking for the past month, several months.
Right.
Big right hands. Now, you saw on the screen earlier today, I was speaking to these two. Though it wasn't about their match, I was more concerned about it, the new member of ApoXalypse. Oh no, look at this. And now Jacob Ashworth hit Caleb Crocker.
Oh, that alliance just went south real quick.
Crocker caught in the crossfire. He unloaded on Jacob, and now everybody's going for it.
Man, what a toss there by the unstoppable Jacob Ashworth. As he going right after Caleb Crocker here.
Big shoulder barges in the corner. Scott Mayson and John the Body Johnson are on the steps here in front of us, just taking a little breather, it seems. Ashworth and Crocker are distracted. I'm not going to say I like Scott Mayson in any way, shape, or form, but I do admit this is a good strategy.
A very smart one. A very smart strategy, if you will, as Caleb Crocker continues the attack on Jacob Ashworth.
Full head of steam. Monkey flip.
Oh man, what a monkey flip there by Caleb Crocker.
A little move that Caleb Crocker invented.
And now Crocker's going for the cover. And Jacob Ashworth gets out at 2.
Now, Scott Mayson has to be careful. He doesn't have to be involved in the pinfall for the title to change hands.
Exactly.
That was a 2 count. He made no effort to break up the pin. Had Jacob stayed down for a 3, we would have had a new champion.
Oh man, Jacob Ashworth just knocked Caleb Crocker to the floor. And now John the Body Johnson.
John the Body Johnson is checking on Caleb Crocker.
That's strange. Jacob Ashworth being distracted here, and Scott Mayson attacks Jacob Ashworth.
Jacob Ashworth was confused as the rest of us, including Caleb Crocker. He was just as confused. And Scott Mayson.
Scott Mayson now choking out Jacob Ashworth on the bottom rope.
Scott Mayson has blindsided both of these men and is now in control of the match, and he's keeping Caleb Crocker on the outside.
Yeah, a hard knee there by the APW champion, Scott Mayson. And now Scott Mayson continuing the attack on Jacob Ashworth.
Scott Mayson said you're wanting it, now you're getting it.
Scott Mason's showing that brutality that he's well known for.
That brutality's made him a champion in a lot of places throughout Georgia.
Right about that, boy. And Scott Mayson continuing the attack, trying to choke Jacob Ashworth out on the middle rope. Now Caleb Crocker trying to get back into this match from the outside. Oh man, Crocker pushed Scott Mayson, which caused Jacob Ashworth to go to the outside.
Jacob Ashworth is, you're exactly right, been sent tumbling to the floor. Caleb Crocker now.
Man, what a clothesline there by Caleb Crocker.
And John the Body Johnson is consoling Jacob Ashworth on the outside. I don't think Jacob even realizes it.
Scott Mayson kicking out at 2, and what? I'm confused here. Why is JJ helping out Jacob Ashworth now?
Like I said, Jacob Ashworth is just as confused as the rest of us, just as Crocker was.
Oh man, a hard axe handle by Scott Mayson.
Crocker had turned his back. Some very elaborate mind games being played here by the ApoXalypse. We know there's a new member. We don't know when it will be revealed, but we know there's a new member in the works after Ch3 was unceremoniously thrown from the group.
Right about that, Blake. And it's truly a mystery on who that can be.
Perhaps JJ is implying it could be one of the men in this match alongside Scott.
Oh man, hard shot there by Scott Mayson. Oh man, Scott Mayson sending Ashworth right to the ring post, and Ashworth's on the floor.
Clubbing forearm catches Caleb Crocker right in the jaw.
Oh man, huge body slam there by Scott Mayson.
Off the ropes. Elbow drop. Sends all of his weight crashing down on the chest of Caleb Crocker.
Man, what accuracy shown by the champion there.
Now JJ's choking out Caleb Crocker.
Oh, come on, Ralph.
And a forearm from JJ to Crocker.
Well, there's no disqualification in falls count anywhere, man. Unfortunately, the consultant can get involved as much as he wants to.
And now Scott Mayson sent into the steps.
Oh, man. And now Ashworth with the cover. And Scott Mayson kicks out at 2.
Some of the falls count anywhere rules being displayed there. Pinfalls can take place inside of the ring, outside of the ring, in the locker room, outside the building, down the street.
And now Jacob Ashworth going after Caleb Crocker with the cover, and Crocker gets out at 2.
Caleb Crocker stays in this match. Remember, the heavyweight title is on the line here. All of the marbles are up for grabs, and these 3 men are willing to walk to hell and back to get it.
Right about that, Blake, is Caleb Crocker's on the attack on Jacob Ashworth. And now looks like going for a monkey flip here, perhaps.
I think he might have went to the well one too many times. Big right hand.
What a shot there by Jacob Ashworth. And now Jacob was hammering away on Caleb Crocker. Now Scott Mayson just dragged him to the outside.
Mason and Ashworth.
Oh, Caleb now.
Oh, look at this.
Cross body, and both men are down.
Caleb Crocker. He was set on the top rope already. He caught all of us off guard, flying from the top.
Jacob Ashworth kicks out at 2, and now Caleb Crocker's going to Scott Mayson with the cover. And the champion kicks out at 2.
Attempted pins on both men. Now Caleb Crocker repositioning the ring steps.
Like you got some plans for those, Blake. Oh man, look out!
And Scott Mayson
goodness.
just got sent so hard into the steps. The steps went into the barricade.
Those steel steps moved the whole barricade, my goodness! Jacob Ashworth now clubbing away on Caleb Crocker.
Scott Mayson is in a heap in front of us, while Ashworth and Crocker keep duking it out for the ApoXalypse Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. Scott Mason's got to find his way back to his feet, because eventually one of these men will pin each other, and Scott Mayson won't be there to do anything about it.
Oh man, JJ just gave Scott Mayson the APW Heavyweight Championship.
I mean, I might have accidentally spoke this into existence. Scott Mayson up with the title, but caught with a kick by Caleb Crocker. Scott Mayson had the title in hand, intending to use it as a weapon.
Caleb Crocker now attacking Jacob Ashworth. And now Scott Mason's jumped in the fray here.
And this night has been filled with wild brawls, but this one takes the cake.
Oh man, Caleb Crocker just went face first to the steel barricade.
Heavyweight title on the line. The most prestigious accolade here at the Royston Dome.
Scott Mayson just sent Jacob Ashworth to the barricade as well.
Scott Mayson in control now, choking out Jacob Ashworth on the barricade. Caleb Crocker trying to regain his senses in the ring.
Right about that, Caleb Crocker regaining his composure, get that necessary rest.
Now what does Scott Mayson have planned here?
I'm not sure, but he needs to look out for Caleb Crocker.
Caleb Crocker had something planned. You're right. Big running knee.
And now Caleb with the cover.
Into the cover, count of 2.
Jacob Ashworth breaks it up. And now Jacob has got Caleb Crocker now.
Power bomb.
Good grief, what a power bomb.
Ashworth covers both of them, and both men kick out.
Oh, man.
Jacob Ashworth just used a human being to hit another human being.
And now Jacob's got the cover on Scott Mayson, and Mayson kicks out.
This match has been insanity.
And now Jacob, oh man, jawbreaker by Scott Mayson.
Scott Mayson creates some separation. Comes running in, sidewalk slam!
Oh man, sidewalk slam by the unstoppable Jacob Ashworth.
Caleb Crocker back to his feet, and he's right on top of Ashworth.
You're right about that, Blake. Hammering away on Jacob here.
Off the ropes, looking for sidewalk slam. Oh man!
Oh man, Scott Mayson took down both men.
Caleb Crocker was going for that tilt-to-whirl side Russian leg sweep. Caught him in the position for it, and Scott Mayson came flying. Hit Caleb, took Ashworth down with him.
Both Crocker and Ashworth are down.
And now Scott Mayson, what is he doing now?
Oh man, he picked up the ring bell. Scott Mayson has picked up the ring bell.
Well, Scott Mason's been the man ringing the bell in these past weeks. He's quite fond of it.
He's called the bell master for a reason, Blake.
Now look at this, Ashworth and Scott Mayson, tug of war over the bell, and Deep Byers gets taken out.
The referee's been taken out of this match.
Scott Mayson dumped out of the ring, but he sweeps the legs. Crocker and Mayson are outside of the ring. Ashworth is unconscious in the center of the ring. Deep Byers is knocked out.
Oh, we got a brawl here on the outside. The champion and Caleb Crocker hammering away on each other.
And they're battling all the way through the curtain.
Looks like they're taking it to the locker room here.
And our cameras are keeping up with them. They're following them.
The cameras are on top of the action.
And now here comes the ApoXalypse.
The ApoXalypse was banned from ringside, but they weren't banned from the locker room.
Scott Mayson, Lord Caleb Crocker.
Oh, man. Caleb Crocker's in serious trouble here.
And now Scott Mayson makes his way back out to the ring.
Oh, man, this is not good, boy. This is not good at all. Hard elbow drop from Scott Mayson.
And another.
Oh, man.
Now looking for a trifecta.
A third elbow drop, and now Scott Mayson with the cover. Referee Slim running back to the ring. Count of 1, a count of 2, and Jacob Ashworth kicks out.
Somehow, some way, Jacob Ashworth. He knows the title is on the line.
What resiliency by Jacob Ashworth. Scott Mayson was going to use the APW championship, but had other things in mind.
He's got that bell once more. Kick to the midsection.
Oh, here we go, Blake.
Ashes to ashes.
And now Jacob with the cover. Oh, come on. JJ is a tap slam from the outside.
And John the Body Johnson has just decked the referee.
Wait a minute, that's Morphy.
What in the world is Morphy?
What's Morphy doing here?
What is happening? Morphy.
He just took out Ashworth with the championship.
Morphy just laid.
Oh, no.
Are you kidding me?
You gotta be kidding me. No.
Who's,
Morphe, what are you doing?
is that Morphe? Is that someone under the mask of Morphe?
Dean
Is that the
with
new
cover.
member?
And Scott Mayson retains.
And the man in the Morphe suit. You've got to be kidding me. There's no way. There can't be.